Knight Rider took a simple premise about a guy and his talking car and turned it into a cultural phenomenon that defined an entire generation. In my opinion, Knight Rider is one of those perfect time capsules of 80s television, and there's so much wild stuff that happened behind the scenes that most people have no idea about. These facts blow my mind every time I think about them.
Knight Rider, a shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who does not exist.
Number 1. K.i.t.t was almost a dune buggy. What I love most about this fact is how close we came to never getting the iconic Trans Am. Originally, Glenn A. Larson wanted Michael Knight's vehicle to be a dune buggy or some kind of off-road vehicle. Can you imagine Knight Rider without that sleek black Pontiac Firebird Trans Am?
Sounds like a little professional jealousy to me.
Jealous? Of those high-powered broomsticks on wheels?
The whole aesthetic of the show would have been completely different. Thankfully, someone realized that a sophisticated AI deserved to be housed in one of the coolest cars of the era, and the Trans Am became k.i.t.t. That decision alone probably saved the entire show.
It always makes you feel so much better on those rare occasions when you outthink me.
Well, that's funny. That's very funny.
Number 2. David Hasselhoff was basically unknown when he got cast. I swear, when you watch Knight Rider now, knowing how massive the Hoff became, it's wild to remember that he was basically a nobody when the show started. He'd done some soap opera work on The Young and Restless, but Knight Rider was his big break.
I've tried to interest Michael in the romance languages, but he prefers things like rock and roll and girls in bikinis.
The producers took a huge gamble on an unproven lead, and it paid off massively. Hasselhoff became such an icon from the show that even today, decades later, people still associate him with Michael Knight and that talking car.
I wouldn't push it if I were you. You're not me.
Number 3. William Daniels refused to be credited for k.i.t.'s voice. This one always fascinated me. William Daniels, who voiced k.i.t.t, didn't want his name in the opening credits. He felt that being credited would break the illusion that k.i.t.t was a real artificial intelligence rather than an actor doing a voice. That's some serious commitment to the craft right there. Eventually they convinced him to accept credit, but for a while k.i.t.t was literally voiced by an uncredited performer.
A lot of men would die for duty like this.
You nearly have on several occasions. With your usual lack of subtlety, you would have no problem at all in panicking anyone with anything at all to hide. Actually,
Ed.
Yes, Michael, I know.
Shut up.
Number 4. They used multiple Trans Ams and most got destroyed. Back to the Future had multiple DeLoreans and Knight Rider had the same situation with Trans Ams. Over the course of the series, they went through something like 19 different Pontiac Firebirds. The show was brutal on these vehicles. Each one was modified differently depending on what it needed to do for a particular scene.
Here we go, pal. I hope it's the right apartment, Michael.
Then that's it, Kit. You should be functioning flawlessly. At least until that nut starts abusing you.
Thanks a lot.
Number 5. The show almost got cancelled after one season. I love how Knight Rider is remembered as this massive 80s hit, but the reality is the first season struggled with ratings. NBC was seriously considering cancelling it. The show only got renewed because it started doing well in reruns over the summer between season 1 and 2. People discovered it when they had nothing else to watch, fell in love with it, and suddenly the show became a must-see on TV. That's the kind of second chance that doesn't really happen anymore in our instant cancellation streaming era.
Oh no, human remains.
Don't fall in love with one of these beautiful cars and run off on me, huh?
I wouldn't dream of it.
Number 6. The show was created by the same guy who made Magnum P.I. Glenn A. Larson created both Knight Rider and Magnum P.I., which basically means this guy understood exactly what made great 80s television.
Sometimes everything goes exactly as planned.
He had this formula down. Take a cool protagonist, give them something unique, add some action, and boom, you've got a hit show. Knight Rider was his attempt to do Magnum, but with more sci-fi elements, and it worked perfectly. Larson was basically a machine when it came to creating shows. He had his finger on the pulse of what audiences wanted, and he delivered it consistently. The man knew how to craft entertainment that felt substantial, but was also just pure fun. Knight Rider had this perfect balance of being smart enough to be interesting, but never taking itself too seriously.
I do know how to drive.
would have preferred you to have let me open the door first.
Number 7. The interior dashboard was mostly non-functional. When you watch Knight Rider, k.i.t.'s interior looks incredibly high-tech with all those buttons and screens and displays. The reality is, most of that stuff was completely non-functional. It was just props and lights that looked cool on camera.
All these weird gadgets, you think they'd give you a radio?
What would you like to hear?
What the hell was that?
I am the voice of Knight Industry 2000's microprocessor, k.i.t.t for easy reference.
The screens showing graphics and readouts were often just printed images or simple light displays. They didn't have the technology in the early 80s to make all that stuff actually work, so they faked it. And honestly, it still looks impressive even knowing that.
It's exactly 3.5 miles.
3.5 miles. Good.
Number 8. David Hasselhoff did a lot of his own stunts. The Huff insisted on doing a lot of his own stunts, including fights and some of the driving sequences. Obviously, the really dangerous stuff went to professional stunt drivers, but Hasselhoff wanted to be as involved as possible.
One more word out of you, and you're gonna wish you were never born.
One more word out of you. You're gonna wish I ever was either.
Don't you tell it.
Number 9. Car was originally supposed to be a recurring villain. Car, the evil prototype version of k.i.t.t, only appeared in 2 episodes of the entire series, but originally the producers wanted him to be a recurring antagonist who showed up throughout the entire show. Budget constraints and the difficulty of filming scenes with 2 talking cars made that impractical. Those 2 car episodes are still some of the best in the series though. Having an evil version of k.i.t.t was such a perfect villain concept. I wish they'd found a way to bring him back more often.
I will protect you. Brace for collision. You may not be Aladdin, but I am the genie. I can make all your dreams come true.
Number 10. The show's syndication made it more popular than its original run. This is the most insane fact to me. Knight Rider became a global phenomenon not because of its network broadcasts, but because of syndication. After the show ended in 1986, it got sold to markets all over the world. Countries that had never seen it during its original run discovered it in the late 80s and early 90s.
Thinking about a new car? Then check out 1985's Car of the Year. This year, k.i.t.t has more amazing features and more incredible powers than ever. And September 30th, you can see them all.
I can't wait.
If you can't wait, call 1-900-210-k.i.t.t and find out more.
Michael?
Easy, buddy.
Knight Rider was lightning in a bottle. It combined everything great about 80s television into one perfect package and gave us a show that people still love and remember decades later.
Michael Knight, a lone crusader in a dangerous world. The world of the Knight Rider.